Let's get ourselves all set up. Let that notification go out. I already opened this a little bit earlier. Okay, let's see. I'll give you guys a few minutes to roll into the chat there, as I'm sure, as always, it's starting off a little bit bare. Let me see here. What's this? All right. Let's build this Laevatein because I want to work on something else too. And let's see here. Well played. All right. I guess what I should do, which I know other people do. Knights of Wrath. Hello, Inksgumpla. What's going on, guys? What I really should do is number one, just kind of learn more about how to Twitch stream in general, because I really should kind of have a better idea about like how this goes. But especially, what I should do is do what people do, like where you start the stream like 5 or 10 minutes ahead of time, and just have just like a blank image or like a countdown clock or something showing there that says like stream will be starting in whatever 5 minutes or something. Because I think that would give you guys a chance to kind of roll in once the notification goes out, so that I'm not spending the first like couple minutes of the chat just kind of like waiting for people to come in. Don't really want to get into talking about anything quite yet. Yeah, easy enough. It's just something I need to figure out. Like I said, now that I'm getting into the habit of doing the streaming a little bit more regularly, I need to kind of figure out how to do it better. So, here in the background, let's see here, I'm going to keep this open as well. There we go. Here in the background, you can see it. We're building the... Hit me up on the GBA Discord later and I can walk you through it. Oh, thank you. I mean, I figure... I figure basically all it is just creating an image. Creating a countdown clock I think might be a little bit more difficult, but maybe you can help me with that. But a simple image will be fine, I think. And I just put like the time. I just make an image in whatever, Photoshop or whatever, and say the stream will start at 12 o'clock, whatever. I don't really need a countdown clock. And I just throw that up as an asset, as a source, I guess it's called, in OBS, right? Simple enough, I guess, but I think that'll be okay. Let's get started on the Laevatein, because I'm excited to build it, and we'll see how long it takes, but time permitting, I actually want to work on something else as well while we're here, which I think will be pretty cool. So let's wait and see. First, which OBS am I using? It is just a regular OBS. It's version 21.1.1. It says there. I need to update it though for like the past week or 2 weeks or something. Every time I open it, it says that I need to update, and I just keep hitting that. Remind me later. Shh. This is an HD, but the scale is 160. Am I correct? The Metal Gear Panic mechs are rather small. Yeah, the Metal Gear Panics. The Metal Gear Panic Sorry, if it's not. That's not Metal Gear. The what is it? What is this? Full Metal Panic. There we go. Full Metal Panic kits are, or the mechs are smaller. Yes. Because you're doing the Laevatein and you've built the M9 and the Arbalests, are you going to be getting the one? Are you going to be getting the Falk or the Arbalest with the emergency booster? I don't think so. I don't really like the design of the Falk all that much, and the Arbalest with the emergency booster, maybe not. Just because I don't really need more kits, really. I mean, it looks cool, but I already have the Arbalest, and I already have the Aoshima version of the emergency booster, so I figure what I'll probably do sometime in the future, whenever I want to actually work on that, is I'll just modify the Aoshima flight pack emergency booster thing to work on the Bandai Arbalest, or one of the Bandai kits anyway. That is also 160 scale, I believe. I have a box over there. I can't see offhand, but yeah, I believe that is 160 scale. The Aoshima Laevatein kit is 148 scale, but I think that the Aoshima booster is 160. Anyway, so let's just get into it. Switch that focus back. And build. Yeah, the torso first. Heyo, Lee, and Kamala Strid. Greetings from Poland. Oh, hello. Hey guys, thank you all for coming to hang out for a bit. You'll be happy to know that what I was just doing previous to this live stream was working on the Tristan. So sometime in the next couple days I'll have a new Tristan video for you guys. If you guys are unaware, tomorrow is first, can you guys smash like there for some more Tristan work in progress? I mean, come on. You've asked for it. You've been asking for it for a year. And I'm working on it. And it's getting there. It's getting there. So, alright. This is the kit with the big ponytail, right? That is correct. So smash like, and then, as I was saying, it is Chinese New Year tomorrow. Well, technically today. So Happy New Year to you guys. And so it's a holiday here, and so like yesterday, or today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow are both kind of like just like spending the days off. It's kind of like a normal weekend. Like any weekend, I'm always just like busy, just doing family time anyway. But especially because it's a holiday now, especially busy these couple days now. So I would like to get the Tristan video out to you guys tomorrow, but it will probably be on the next day, which would be Wednesday, more likely. I'm not sure if I'll get time to get it edited and out by tomorrow. But yeah, so happy Chinese New Year to all you guys. And let's see. G4. Okay, those are identical. That's easy. And should be like that. And this one on here. Damn it. It's tiny parts. Aside from the Tristan coming along, I have my RE100 GPO4 is almost done. The actual kit is pretty much done. All that needs now is just a final top coat on it. But what I also decided to do on that was to make a little bit more complicated base for it. This is right? So I need to order one of those octagon bases. Which I haven't done yet, which reminds me what I also need to do. How I'm planning to get one of those octagon bases is I got an offer from another, hang on. Seems kind of backwards the way this is going together, but I guess it's not. I got an offer from another proxy site, like a Japanese proxy site. Like I've done videos now for Bai and also Samurai Buyer. I don't know. People have a lot of mixed opinions about those. Basically, I figure it's just it's just a video. Never in those videos am I explicitly saying that I particularly recommend using those sites. I always intentionally frame it as this is an option that you're free to look into. If you think it's good for you, then check it out yourself. And it gives me kits to review, so that's good. But anyway, I got approached by another Japanese proxy site, one that I had never actually heard of before, and the cool thing about this one is that they also offered to sponsor like a prize for a contest. So we'll actually be able to have like a little contest involved with that as well, so that'll be cool. And so one of the things that I wanted to get just from the stuff that I'll get from the site is the octagon base that I need for that work in progress, as well as a couple of kits that I need for another work in progress. So I mentioned, sorry, this is kind of intricate part of the build. I'm trying to talk and build this at the same time. It's a little bit difficult. So it must be like horrible trying to listen to me trying to put words together at the same time here. But I mentioned in my video not too long ago about that I was going to make another series of tutorials, kind of like a beginner's tutorial kind of series, of how I had like my old original like tutorial series going over building the, what was it, the HG Yakutoga. And I wanted to do another series of work in progress videos. Where is, okay, this is the part that I really couldn't find this part I was looking for. So I wanted to do like a full like step-by-step tutorial kind of series focused on HG, and then I thought I'll do like a full series on an HG build, and then a full series on like a master grade build, and so like doing over the course of doing those videos, doing those series, I can cover like specific things that are related to each of those particular grades. So, if that makes sense, that's what I explained very loosely in that video. Sorry, I just really can't talk at the moment. So, if you remember, if you've seen my old, original tutorial series, building the HG Yakudoga, basically I'm gonna do sort of like a revamp of that, and also include some kit bashing, and also include some airbrushing. Airbrushing is something that people have been wanting me to tackle for a long time, and so yeah, I'm going to cover airbrushing kind of just at a glance. It won't be super in-depth tutorial. I'll just show you guys basically how I do it, and hopefully that'll be of some use to some people. So in order to do that, like I said, one thing I want to cover is kit bashing, so I need a couple of kits for kit bashing, and so I'm going to use this opportunity through this Japanese proxy site to get the couple of kits that I need for that kit bash. So it all works out. It'll help to bring that content for you guys. And like I said, there will be a contest involved as well, where you guys will have a chance to win something as well. So that'll be cool. And again, apologies, that explanation was probably very hard to follow. I'm just counting on the fact that you guys watch a lot of my other videos so that you kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about already. With all the painting projects in your backlog, how do you decide what to finish next? How do I decide what to finish next? Well, I try to finish. Try to finish just whatever I'm working on. It's like I don't start a project and intend for it to just end up being a kind of lost work in progress for ages and ages. That just kind of happens, unfortunately. Sometimes you lose interest, or something else grabs your interest that you want to put something on hold or something, or whatever. But there's a few things that I factor into it, but ultimately it's just kind of whatever I'm interested in at the moment. So there's the torso. Phew. It's a little bit complicated build there, just kind of a lot going into that. But there is the torso. Let's build the head. Oh, was there any stickers on there? I hope not, because we do have a little bit of an extensive sticker sheet here. What it looks like, I didn't miss any stickers, I don't think, on the torso. However, the head does have a fair amount of stickers on there. So let's build the head next. Also quite a few little parts here going in for the head. I'm not going to be putting in the ponytail quite yet. We'll save that for later on. Again, as always, guys, if you have questions, anything you want to ask directly, please just do me a favor and put that in all caps so it's easier to see in the chat. Thank you. But how are you guys all doing? I assume probably none of you guys also celebrating Chinese New Year, unless you're somewhere in Southeast Asia at the moment. But if you are, what are you doing to celebrate? Excuse me? Oh. Alright. Sticker time. I'm about to take off work in 10 minutes, so just chilling. That's good. It's Super Bowl Monday, so I'm a little tired. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl? That's one of those things that I just kind of like forget about as a, just kind of like forget that that exists living here. Oop. Rip sweet victory. Who even won the Super Bowl? I don't even know. Who won? Who won? That goes on there. Of course, got our eye sticker. The Pats, unfortunately. I hosted a party, so I didn't do much watching, mostly cooking and making sure people weren't destroying the house. Well, there you go. Sounds like you had a good day then. I don't, here in Korea, I don't really watch sports. And even when I lived in America, I didn't either, but uh, if someone was having like a Super Bowl party or something like that, I would definitely be down. Any excuse to just kind of hang out, drink some beers, and eat some good food. It's fine by me. Speaking of which, so that goes on there, and then these bits here go on the side. Ooh, right in there like that. And then this bit on this side. What is that? What's good, Taurus? Thank you for that. What is that? It's truly a piece of artwork there. That's kind of what we did, just an excuse for everyone. Zach is always down for some beer. Yeah, a lot of the times. I don't know. For recently, I hadn't really been very much, but this week I'm ready for it again. But I'll tell you what, I really need to lose some weight, so might take a break from beer for a while. Alright, shit's pretty complicated. Head here. Alright, it also, like, when the head comes together, it seems larger than kind of what I was expecting. I guess it's just a reminder that these kits are actually a little bit larger than like a 1/44 scale HG Gundam kit. They're pretty similar in size, but just building the torso and the head of this guy is a pretty clear reminder. They're definitely bigger. So let me just make sure I got all the stickers. Stickers 4 and 5 also need to go on here. Okay. Where? On like the inside of that part? I think I'm gonna say pass on that. What? Huh? What? What? Wait a minute. Okay, that's weird. Alright, I guess I'll try this. You should set some tags for your stream so people can search for it easier. Okay. It's another thing that I don't really quite know too much about, to be honest, but I'll try to look into that. This sticker kind of like goes on the inside of this part, which is very strange. Inside edge of this little bit. And I have a feeling it's not going to work very well, and I'm going to end up just saying, nah, I'm just going without it. But we'll see here. We'll give it a try anyway. It's relaxing. Signaler asks, what is a decent air compressor? Air compressor, I feel like it's probably just one of those things like you get what you pay for, to a degree. On one level, if you buy like a Mr. Hobby or a Tamiya brand or something like big name brand air compressor, you're paying a little bit there for the brand name. So that is something to consider. On the other hand, paying for just like a really super cheap air compressor, shouldn't be surprised if that is going to break down quicker. So let's see. Those stickers look really stupid, but I'll just kind of do my best with that. Those for the time being. Just to at least point those out in the review, but man, I'm not going to recommend putting these on. Anyway, there's the head. I gotta say, it's quite wide. It didn't feel like the Aoshima head was that wide. Wait, there we go. Alright. Does the cockpit open up on the torso? No, it does not. That would be this part here on the back, right? Or no, like the whole head folds forward. Oh yeah, so it does have that, right? Sorry. I think someone pointed that out to me in a past review of a different, maybe the review of the Arbalest or something. So yeah, the head folds forward. I guess that's the cockpit hatch, right? So anyway, there we go. So that's that. Let's get to. And the manual actually builds the arms first, so I just want to skip ahead to the waist. Waist should be simple enough. We just got a couple parts here for that. So that part's facing forward, and that part's facing like that. This part is like that. swoop that down, and that goes onto the back here for the back skirt. This part goes there and onto the front. And then this one here on the bottom. We do have a sticker here on the skirt as well, looks like. Number 9. Oh yeah, the other, I think all the other kits had this exact same one, this little bit here on the front of the crotch. Seems a little bit unnecessary, but how much is the kit again? How much is this particular kit? If I remember correctly, I want to say around 3,500 yen. Around $35. Should be around there. So they're pricey considering they're just a little bit larger than a high grade. But they're definitely more detailed, I think, more detailed and more intricate than most high grades. I think this came out before they stopped putting prices on the box. 3,600 yen. That's what it was. Let's build the legs first. A little bit more than the other Full Metal Panic kits. Yeah, I think this one is the most expensive out of them, but they're all going to be relatively similar probably. I'll tell you what, I mentioned this before, but not before in this stream, but before in a past video or a past stream or something. I know I've mentioned this somewhere on social media before, is that I've got the Aoshima version of the Laevatein is all disassembled and all sanded up, ready for painting. I need to give those parts a bath, and then they're ready to go in and to get started for painting. So that is going to be something I'm probably going to be painting later this month. So that'll be fun. And the reason for that was, so before when you guys asked me, someone asked about like how I decide like what kit I'm gonna build. One of the big reasons why I decided that I wanted to paint that Laevatein kit is because I wanted to get the final battle version, which is the one that just basically comes with the big backpack and all the extra weapons and stuff like that, which I got in the recent Gunplay delivery video. But I didn't want to have 2 of those kits around here. I wanted to at least get one of them painted and built and sold. So that's what I'm doing with that. So that's kind of the reason why I decided to go ahead and get that one prepped for painting and ultimately get it painted here in the near future. Because I had another version of the same kit coming in, so I thought, oh, I need to get rid of the first one first. That would make sense. So, I'm gonna paint and sell the regular version of the Laevatein first, and then build and review the final battle version. If I was smart, what I would have done is wait to get the final battle version and then use that kit and then just build all the new weapons and everything, so I don't have to build everything all again. Do you plan on doing a custom Haropla mobile Haro? No, I don't plan on getting the mobile Haro at all. I really don't like the look of that. It just looks really stupid. Not into it at all, so I'm gonna pass on that one. Hard to justify having 2 of the same kit. Yeah, well, I certainly do have 2 of the same kit of other kits. I want to try to avoid it. If I can. And so I had the time, or I had the kind of opportunity anyway, to get the regular Laevatein prepped for painting. So all right, let's go for it. Banshee doesn't count. Oh yeah, if we're just talking about just unicorn variants, I think I've got many kits of different versions of the unicorn. Let's see, the sun goes here. Pretty cool. The nice thing about Bandai's version, though, is that the color separation is a lot better than the Aoshima version. Of course, that's kind of like Bandai's forte. Really nice color separation is just what they do. These legs especially come together really nicely, I think. Color separation on them is really good, and they look nice. I'll tell you what though, I really like Bandai's version of this kit looks good. Aoshima's version of the kit looks good. Kotobukiya's Laevatein kit though, not so much. It's definitely the worst looking of the three, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Not a big fan of Kotobukiya's version of the Laevatein. Proportions just don't look as good. Do you agree? You ever met any Korean Gunpla YouTubers? There's some great builders over there from the videos I've seen. Yeah, I'm good friends with Sungdong Lee. It's Gundam Lab, Gunpla Lab. If you go way back in my videos, I did an interview with him actually a few years back. But yeah, we're good friends. But that'd be the only one. He's the only one that I know personally. Yeah, the Koto Full Metal Panic kits are too smoothed over. Yeah, I don't know. Smoothed over is a good way to describe it. There's not a lot of detail there, but also just the proportions of it. They're kind of like too stumpy looking. Just the proportions aren't very attractive, in my opinion. Advanced Zeta are an awesome line of mecha designs. That's true. And I was really surprised at the announcement of the Hazel 2 variant of the Woundwort. Was not expecting that. Very pleased about that though. That's cool, but I was definitely not expecting any more variations of the Woundwort to come out. Hey, if they're making that one, who knows what else they might make. So it's pretty cool. Speaking of AOZ, are you getting the Hazel too? Oh yeah, sorry, I was just talking about that. So yes, of course, yeah, definitely getting the Hazel too. Definitely looking forward to that. I ordered 2 of them actually, as you do. I did that with the Hazel as well. When I reviewed the Hazel, I showed 2 of them so that I could show it in the. I mean, this was not my reason for ordering 2 of them. My reason for ordering 2 was just that I wanted to have 2 of them. But as for the review, it was helpful. I was able to show you guys the mobile armor mode, or the transformed mode, at the same time as the regular one. Have y'all ever tried panel lining other things besides Gunpla, working on a Y-wing bomber interceptor? Especially if it's a Bandai kit, then basically all the same rules of panel lining will apply. You do need to be careful with the plastic. So, yeah. Anna Studio, the MG TR6 inlay. I don't know about MG, but there's that resin gigantic inlay kit that's coming out. And I'm very much looking forward to that one as well. That's another kit that I don't want to just like keep around. So I'm like kind of planning my whole first half of the year around that kit. Because once I get that gigantic inlay kit, I want to actually build it straight away. Because something that big and that expensive, I don't want to keep around. I think that will be probably the most expensive kit that I've ever bought. Right now, I think the most expensive kit that I have is like Mechanicore Ziegler, or the Bandai PG Phoenix. But that inlay is more expensive than either of those. Yeah, I like that the legs are pretty thick on this boy. It's got some pretty thick legs on there. So, but they're not too short. They've got a good length to them as well, so it doesn't look like super stocky. So I mean the proportions on this guy look pretty nice. Now let's build the arms. And what are those bits called? Also forgot the sticker on there. I didn't miss any other stickers on there, did I? The legs? No. So we'll go back around here to the arms. Tiny head. Yeah, the head's looking a little bit smaller now. I thought the head looked kind of big, actually, at first. But once we got the legs on there, the head is looking a little bit smaller now, which I think is good. It doesn't look too small, I don't think, by any means. I think it looks in good proportions now. So according to the manual, you actually just build the arm first with just like the regular shoulders. You don't build the what's it called? The end jammer cancellers. Oh, what are they called? The something cancellers. What is it? Lambda driver cancellers. You build those much later on, towards the end of the process, but I've just got those all here together, so I'll be building those at the same time. And one of the parts that I need snuck over into the other section of the box there. So, let's get after it. And we need this guy and this guy. We got nice color separation here for this. On the Aoshima kit, all the little orange striping on the kit is all stickers. But in this case, it's all stickers on the head, and on the leg there's one sticker there, but the majority of the orange striping on the legs is all actual parts. And the same thing for the arms. The majority of the orange striping on the arms is all actual parts as well. Tiny as they are too, really small ones. Wow, so many people I know started RG. Trial by fire. Glad you stick with it after that. Yeah, I think a lot of people do start with RG, which honestly, starting out with an RG kit may be kind of hard just because they can be finicky. But on the other hand, I think RGs are good for beginners just because they look the best just snapped up, just straight out of the box without doing anything else to them. So if you wanted someone to build something and feel really satisfied with their first build, I think if they can get their RG together, which I mean, honestly, it's not that difficult, right? If they get together, they're probably going to really be satisfied with the results of it, just because how good they look straight out of the box. So it's probably a better chance then from that point on that the hobby is going to be something that they're going to want to stick with. Whereas if they were to build like a very simple high grade, they might get it put together and be like, whoa, that's not very cool looking. So I'm kind of done with this hobby. It's kind of lame. So for that reason, I think starting off with a real grade, could go either way. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Why are people so down on RG? For me personally, I liked, like when the RG line first started out, I wasn't into it at all. I just didn't really care. It didn't look that appealing to me. Then once I actually built one, I was like, man, these are awesome. These are amazing. Because they are really nice. And like I said, especially just straight out of the box, they look really good. And at that time, I hadn't started painting yet, so I picked up like a bunch of them. That was when I was living in Japan. And so I could get like secondhand one. I get them from like a secondhand store for like $15. And so I really liked the RG line at that time. And then once I started getting to painting and everything more, I just kind of liked master grades and high grades more. High grades are much easier to work with, I think, just because you don't have the inner frame in there. So they're just very simple. And master grades, of course, are just kind of the nicer version of that. And so there's not really a whole lot of desire for real grades. It's a lot of little tiny parts, and if you have to do any masking or anything at that scale, it's harder. So I think RGs look really good right out of the box. If you want to actually paint kits, they're probably one of the hardest grades to actually like paint and build. Sports Punk, you went out today and got the HG Shinanju Stein. Well, congratulations. I'm sure you'll be very, very pleased with it. No? What's that? That? What part is that? Huh? 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 What? What? Let's put some of these other things together here first. Put our hands together. For this being wrong, isn't it? Looks wrong. Or no, it goes for this one. I'll get some of these hands out of the way first. I think that part that I'm looking for may have slipped into the wrong part of the box. Because here's this, and these go on the sides here, and here, but there's a part that goes on the top that I seem to be missing. Or no, it's this part. It just looks different. Doesn't look like that in the manual. All right, there you go. Anyway, hey there, Mr. Raindrop. Those new Dengeki photos of the Gustav Karl look nice. Loving your time lapse from Japan. Is Alex in here? I haven't seen Alex in the chat. Kamau is tagging Alex, but I don't think he's here at the moment. Alex, are you there? And this guy here. And this. That's weird. Huh? What? Oh, stupid. That's not the right part. That off. Put that on. Then this will fit onto there. There we go. And that will fit onto there. I'm just going to build with just the standard shoulders on here at the moment. And then, of course, in the review, we'll put on the lambda driver cancelers. But we can build those parts for the moment. Just stick the arm on there first. Very nice, handsome. Yeah, definitely very thick in the legs, though, that's for sure. He was here a moment ago. Oh, okay, sorry. Alex, are you there? Do you ever, Mr. Raindrop said, do you ever feel burnt out? Like, I like Gunpla and all, but haven't built anything in months. I kind of lost interest. Mostly no. Burnout. I get asked this question relatively often. Do I ever feel burnout? And I just don't. I don't know. I think there's a couple reasons. The main reason I would say is probably just because I just really enjoy Gunpla a lot, and I think like I'm sure other people do too. But I mean, it's just like as a hobby, you know. People are going to enjoy it to different degrees. For me, it's a hobby that I really, really love doing. So I really enjoy it a lot. Other people, they might enjoy it, but just it's not something that they're like really crazy about. They don't really want to do it like every day, which is fine. There's other things that I like doing that I don't want to do every day. But Gunpla I can do every day. So there's that. There's also the fact that I am fortunate to have a gigantic mass of kits to work on. So if I ever feel like I don't want to work on a particular project that I'm working on, I can always, pick up something else and work on it. So I think a lot of people get burnt out because they get kind of tired of working on the current thing they're working on. So in that case, I think it's probably good to just maybe work on something else that is more interesting to you at the moment. And it's fine to set things aside, and sometimes you end up setting a project aside and it's just gets set aside for years at a time, and we all do that sometimes. So you want to kind of avoid doing that if you can, but I think it does just unfortunately happen to a lot of people. And the third reason why I think I don't get burnt out is probably just because of the fact that I'm doing this kind of semi-professionally, if you can say it like that, just by the fact that I'm doing YouTube and kind of YouTube. I was going to say another social media, but it's basically just YouTube, right? So because I do YouTube and everything, so I have Patreon patrons and sponsors and things like that, so I kind of have a little bit more responsibility, kind of, and then just also drive to do that because I not only enjoy the building aspect, but I do also enjoy the making videos and things like that as well. Like, if you guys don't know, my major in university was actually filmmaking, so I just like making videos as well. So so that's kind of why YouTube works well for me. It's because I enjoy the hobby aspect, but I also enjoy the video side of it as well. So if that answers your question, there's a lot of reasons why I don't get burnt out, and I think that is kind of what has helped lead to the success that I have had with my channel. Being able to avoid getting burnt out, because what I've seen from other channels on YouTube, where you'll have people starting off with a channel or kind of a new, fresh channel, or maybe it's a channel that's been around for a while, but they'll kind of take off in a new direction or something, and it's really good. And I'll see that and be like, oh, like making really good quality videos. But the problem is being able to keep that up, being able to keep up the consistency. So you might have a channel that comes up and like they're making some really good quality content, but it'd be like one video a week for a couple months, and then it kind of turns into like one video a month, and it's just kind of like slowly dies down, or like they end up maybe having a lot of goals, things that they want to do like from the start, and end up just for whatever reason not being able to achieve that. And I think people just get down on themselves and just kind of lose interest in something. So like, for example, someone starts a Gunpla channel, and like their video is really good quality and like good editing and everything and all of that, and they kind of have the goal of they want to do like a full build. Like say, okay, so my reviews are just snapped up kits, not fully painted or anything. I don't paint them for the reviews, and that's just because, number one, I don't have time to do that, and number two, I want to present the kit to you guys exactly how they're going to look just straight out of the box, so you guys can have an informed opinion as to what you're going to get when you buy it as a consumer. As a modeler, obviously you can take it in any which direction you want, but just as a simple buyer, consumer of the product. So say for example you wanted to take it a step beyond and actually like build and paint every single kit that you want to review for someone. That's very ambitious, and people would definitely like that. I know that like that kind of content would be popular, but that's going to be really hard to maintain, especially if you're not doing this as like your full-time thing, if it's just like your hobby. And if you wanted to do the hobby at that level, that's going to be hard, I know. So like if you start like your channel, you like came up and tried to start a Gunpla channel with that being your goal, you have a really hard time keeping up the consistency. And consistency on YouTube is really important. So there you go. There's a kind of very lengthy answer to your question about me and burnout. Well, I do sometimes feel a little bit of burnout, like I'll just be especially tired one day and not really feel like doing anything. It does happen on the occasion, but it usually lasts for one day. And the next day I'm like really hurting to get back in here and get working on something. But it does happen. As you guys know, I have a family and full-time job, and this is basically like what I work on at night when I should be sleeping. So the lack of sleep does catch up to me sometimes, and I need to just take a night off. And even on those nights when I am like really tired and I need to take a night off, I'll still, more often than not, still come in here and try to do something, but I just kind of won't be able to. So it's kind of like burnout. Yep. There you go. Wasn't there a YouTuber who fits like every criteria you've described? Oh, Robert, please stop. Hey, Robert, please stop. I didn't have anyone particular in mind. Are you referring to someone in particular? I wasn't referring to anyone in particular, no. So one thing I'll say here about the Lambda driver cancelers, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stickers on them, which is a fair amount. 2 gray ones for like the little vents inside there, and 2 white ones for the little tips of the wings. So they're a little bit stacker heavy, but I think like the gray part inside I think could have been a separate piece, but the little white bits, the white stickers for the little ends of the wings is pretty normal. Or you're talking about Type V3? Yeah, actually, I didn't have it in my mind at all when I was giving that example, but and I don't think he quite fits the example exactly how I laid it out. But on the other hand, he has definitely died down in terms of his consistency, and so I feel like, yeah, it probably would be fair to say that he's not watched by a lot of Gunpla builders these days, because as far as I know, and I could be wrong, I don't think he uploads videos that much, especially Gunpla videos that much these days anymore. But yeah, I know he was he was painting, or at least trying to do just some like weathering or something on his kits for his reviews, and his reviews were really good quality and very short and concise. Scripted, I can easily assume that they were scripted as well, and so I think his videos were really appealing. But that is a good example of it's hard to maintain that that level. But for sure, really good quality videos. Oof. Kamala said, I also believe he top coded many of his review kits. Yeah, I know from what I remember and from the reviews that I've seen, I don't think I've seen all of his videos ever, but not all of them were totally painted. Some of them were just maybe just had a little bit of weathering or just a little bit of pen aligning and some top coating on them, but they weren't just like straight out of the box. Well, he had just an update recently that he has just been having a good life. But he said he does plan on uploading again soon. Good. Good for him. He's also, I'm pretty certain, I don't know actually with complete certainty, but I'm pretty certain that he's also younger than me and unmarried and without kids. So when you're at that point in your life, you are probably better off out doing other stuff and instead of just like staying at home. If I wasn't married, I definitely would not be like working on Gunpla and working on YouTube videos like pretty much every night like I am now. You know what I mean? I think I talked about in that. I think I talked about that in the last live stream. About one of the pros, one of the positive points about getting married is that it does give you more focus on your goals because it's one constant drive that's that you can kind of cross off the list. You can check out the list. For most people, or at least it should be, but obviously for some people, that's not the case. No closed fists with this kit, unfortunately. I'm a little bit disappointed with that. I wish that this kit would have come with some closed fists. It does have open hands, so I'm happy with that. Open hands, holding hands, and trigger finger hands. But sadly, no closed fists. Alright. That shoulder is loose on there. It shouldn't be. There we go. I'll adjust the focus in a minute so you guys can actually get a better close-up look at this here. Bear with me. I turned off the autofocus because when I want to show you guys something up close, it was hard to get it to autofocus. And most of the time, I figure I'm working like far away. So there you go. It's very cool. Looks pretty nice. He's definitely thick. He's a big thick man. But we're not quite done. Of course, we do also have the demolition gun, and a couple other little bits. So let's check that out. Chico says, ZakuAurelius, you built the Mechanicore Deep Striker, right? I have not. Any other Mechanicore gets, are they just big grenades? Are they sturdy? Are they eyeballing the Ziegler? Are they scared? I actually have not built any of the Mechanicore kits that I have yet, unfortunately. But I can tell you that yes, they do require a lot more glue and a lot more love. So I missed the sticker on the head. So to answer your question, are they just big grenades? Yeah, they would be if you didn't glue them, but you have to glue them. So that's that. Alright. Yeah, I mean, with a kit like the Ziegler, it's huge, it's expensive, and it's going to take a lot of work. If you really like the design, and you know what you're getting yourself into, and you're willing to go along with all that, then I think you'll be fine with it. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, though. I mean, I can only say that to a certain degree because I haven't actually built mine. But from what I've heard from people who have built theirs and just from general observations of Mechanicore kits in general, yeah. The M9 and the Arbalest are just a hair taller than Gundam. The Laevatein is bigger than the Arbalest. Yeah, that's about right. So Full Metal Panic kits are like small size MG. Yeah, kind of. Probably a little bit, yeah, probably similar to the F91 Master Grade. Good morning, Scuffles. Alright, so that one goes in there like that, and this one goes on the bottom of here. I don't know what it is about this particular part of the gun. On the Awashima kit, this also felt like kind of loose. On the Bandai version, I feel like this is probably going to come out later as well. But we'll see. This one here on the side. Really cool gun, though. It's like a much better version of that gun that the Barbatos had. The like big giant folding gun. I think this big giant folding gun is a lot cooler. Look at that baby compared to the height of the kit itself. Sorry. Oh. Senpai, which design do you like more, this one or the M9? Asking which do I like more, the Laevatein or the Gernsback, it's kind of like asking which do you like more, the Unicorn Gundam or the Jesta. They're both super cool in different ways. The Gernsback is a super cool, grunty looking mecha, and this one is a super cool looking, like, lead character looking mecha. If I had to choose one between the two of them, that would be a tough call. So I do like both of them a lot. I might have to go with the Gernsback though, just for the simple fact of I think it would be easier, or not easier, but it would be more open for custom painting. With the Laevatein, with a kit like this, I think you have like the established color scheme of the mobile suit, and it might be a little bit more difficult to work out a custom color scheme that works well for it. Whereas with the Gernsback and just kind of grunt suits in general, I think you really have a lot of room to run with them on giving them all sorts of different crazy color schemes and things like that. If that makes sense. I think that's right. Where's this bit here? These guys go like that. Alright. And There we go. We're all set. This is a cool thing too. The Aoshima version didn't have this. These little guns which will attach up onto the top of the shoulders. Actually, they can attach onto the top of these things. These attach onto the shoulders. And oh, that's for that. And you can attach this onto the top of the shoulder like that. And that can rotate and move up and down like that for little. I think what did it say on the manual that those are like actual it's actually a smoke grenade launcher or something like that actually on there. But pretty cool. The shoulder guns remind me of the Target Masters from Transformers. I don't know what that is exactly. Oh, we can actually store the knives on the knees. I did not know that. That's cool. You can actually have the extended knee parts. So you can remove the knife blade and fold that up and then stick this into the back of the knee. That's awesome. Cool. I didn't know you could actually do that. So there you go. I still think the Aoshima version is better. You have to swap this entire knee part. So this you can actually like do it without having to swap the whole knee, which is cool. But I think the Aoshima version does look better in the end. But still, it's a cool thing that you can do that on there as well. And then here's the hair, which I guess we should just be able to easily enough open up the back of the head, plug that into there like that. There we go. Cool, dude. Zana Snake, this, as we covered earlier in the stream, this one list price is 3,600 yen. So about $35. Excuse me, let me blow my nose. All right. That is going to be it for this stream. Wait a minute. I think I want to do something else, though. I think I want to do this. So let's put the Laevatein down for the moment. It's actually right about the same. Let's take off the ponytail here because it's kind of messing it up. It's right about the same size as Ultraman. Ultraman's a little bit taller there. You'll remember him from the last stream. And what I'm thinking is to do something with this. But I'm not quite sure. I want to take a look. Maybe we'll save that for the next stream. But anyway, the next stream of building Gunpla, anyway, I think is probably going to be the Master Grade Shinanju Stein. But I've still got all the cleanup work on that as far as cleaning up all the nubs and everything, getting it ready to put together on the stream. So we'll probably put that together on the stream. Maybe by this weekend, I think. That will be ready. So it'll be a few days until the next stream, but in the meantime, guys, like I mentioned earlier, I do have a new work in progress of the Tristan to upload, or to edit and then upload for you guys. So you'll see that, and then a couple other things to work on, but for the time being, that is it for now. So thank you, Scuffles. I will enjoy the rest of my day, which actually is almost over. You can actually go to bed here pretty soon. But Thank you guys for hanging out and watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Good night.